Hey, how's everybody doing today? I'm the Sweet Whiskey Snob here for another whiskey review, and I'm going to be doing something a little more interesting today. I'm actually going to be doing the Glenlivet 15-year French Oak Reserve. So this one's really cool because I've actually never done anything finished in a French Oak. So what that means is it's finished in oak that's taken from a forest in France. It's named the Limousin Forest, so that's where the finish is from this. It's the barrels made out of the wood in that forest. So I actually also brought along a friend here. I have the Glenlivet 12. I just want to do a quick little side-by-side for those two guys. There's a couple reasons that I have Glenlivet as one of my favorites, especially in the Speyside category. It's not one of my general favorites in terms of regions in Scotland. However, the Glenlivet is outstanding among the other ones, in my opinion. It is so complex and it is so much more just unique tasting all around. And one thing I really like about Glenlivet is that on all of their bottles, they actually put a palate wheel. So there's a couple things that you can focus on while you're drinking their whiskey. It's little things like that that they just go above and beyond, showing that they really are a true traditional whiskey from Scotland. You know, they've been around forever. I think it's 1820s that they've been around. Yeah, 1824 they've been around since. So that's really impressive. They know what they're doing and they're very traditional. So with that being said, look how beautiful the color of this is. That's mesmerizing to me. The color of this is absolutely amazing. It's got a red kind of, it almost looks like it was finished in a sherry cask. But I am super excited to dig into it. Okay. Alright, so on the nose, you definitely get some immediate barrel spice on the nose, followed with a very nice creamy almond toffee kind of finish to it. Very pleasant on the nose, very light on the nose, nothing that's really kicking you in the face. You can stuff your face in this glass and you're not going to feel like you need to pull it away because it's harsh. Which is something I really noticed with the Glenlivet 12. In most Speysides, they have a very citrusy metallic finish that makes you want to immediately back up after you smell it. If you put it too close, it burns your eyes. This is very subtle. You almost have to stick your nose in the glass to notice it. Heavy barrel spice, and I'm excited to see what I can kind of find on the palate now. Wow. That is perfection, is what that is. It starts off with a little bit of a kick. It starts off with quite a bit of barrel spice. I love that French oak. That really pulls out the barrel spice, and I believe the Limousin barrels are actually used to make most cognacs. So this is gonna have similar tasting notes to a cognac, and definitely noticeable. The barrel spice, cinnamon kind of barrel spice. Very nice, and then it kind of lingers off into a fruity, nutty, smooth caramel finish. That is a nice whiskey, and very unlike any other Speyside I've ever had. That's the one thing that is really bewildering me with this whole thing, is that I've had a couple Speysides. I've had the Glenfiddich, Glenlivet, Glenfiddich 12, Glenlivet 12, Elvini 14, and they've all given me the same metallic citrusiness that kind of turns me away from Speyside. You actually have to search to find fruit in this. It's very interesting for a Speyside. can't really quite put my finger on the fruit. I want to say grapes. You get a very grape-like present in this. It's interesting. But what I'm going to do now is pour myself some of the Glenlivet 12. It's been quite a while since I've actually had this, so I'm excited to see what I think about this now that I've had the 15. I'm really excited to see the difference that I notice. Make sure we don't mix these up. Okay, so I've been drinking the Glenlivet 15 French Oak Reserve. Now I'm going to try the Double Oak Glenlivet 12. And just like I said, like all the other Speyside, immediately you get a very fruit blast on the nose. You get so much fruit with a subtle nutty finish. But yeah, a blast of fruit, metallic-y citrus finish. Yeah, this is the kind of whiskey you wouldn't want to put your face too close to because it would start to burn your eyes a little bit. It's good though. I'm not gonna lie, it's a damn fine whiskey, especially considering it's a Speyside. This is one of my least liked whiskeys. Still love the Glenlivet 12. I mean, it goes down so pleasantly. It's so smooth. Great introduction whiskey to somebody who doesn't really like the harshness. It's amazing that between 12 and 15, finished in different barrels, such a dramatic difference between these two. You get almost no fruit from this. I know on the back of this wheel, it actually says, pretty high fruit actually. It has a 4-level roof rating on here, which is the same as everything else except for spices. However, if I want to find any fruit, I really gotta search in here. No, you know, that's not fair. The grapes and raisin kind of finish, kind of fruit is right there. Yeah, so I guess different fruits. In the Glenlivet 12, you get more of a citrus fruit. You have oranges, you have apples, you have banana, you have very ripe fruits, very strong and sweet fruits. In this, you have more of the bland kind of basic tasting fruits, you know, like it's kind of like a grape, but the outside of a grape, like the peel of a grape. If you ever chewed on a grape peel, it's kind of like that you get from the Glenlivet 15, when this is more so of chewing on a straight up orange. So it's amazing that from the same distillery, same region in Scotland, they're both Speyside, same distillery, they have such a difference in a couple years of aging and finish in different casks. And that really just proves the point of how really important it is, the finishing of a whiskey. That's so important. So for me, I've definitely gravitated towards the sherry finish. It's definitely something that I found myself enjoying on a regular basis. And now French oak cask seems to be something that I'm fairly fond of as well, and might be something I lean towards. So, you know, if you're somebody who is being introduced into the whiskey world and you don't know too much about, you know, your palate, or what to look for on your palate or your nose, this is a great starter. Because it's very complex. It has a bunch of different stuff. You have to search for some of it. In the 15, you have to search for some of it. And it gives you everything you need. It gives you nose, it gives you palate, it gives you finish, it gives you a whole wheel of what to look for. So the Glenlivet 15, Glenlivet anything is a great starter whiskey. Goes down smooth and it has the complexity without too much complexity. So yeah, with that being said, if you're A, starting out drinking whiskey, or B, you've tried the Glenlivet 12 and you're debating to go to the 15, my answer is hell yes, it is worth it. It's a completely different animal, this whiskey. it's like it's from a different distillery. It's amazing, and very different, very complex, completely different than any other Speyside that I've tried, in my own opinion. And you know what? That's it for me today, guys. You know, this is take number 2, so that means I'm 4 whiskeys down, and I think I'm gonna do another Irish whiskey video tonight. So that's it for this video. But it's a pleasure to be back, guys. Salancha, and I will see you in the next video.